Are you a fan of magic tricks? My kiddos sure are, and what I'm about to share with you may actually feel a bit like magic. Welcome to Navigating Leaders Podcast. My name is Gabriel Griess, your host, where we awaken your vision and live boldly. So the magical thing I'm thinking about and going to share with you about is clear intention. And clear intention is different than just intention. There's a clarity and intentionality about it. Look at that, using the words in its own definition, which you're not supposed to do. But that's really what it is about, right? And so in this, we're going to look at what clear intention is, how to apply it, why it is essential, and then we'll look at some tools that will help us along the way, right? So what is clear intention? It is a clarity that is so crystalline that even though I don't have any proof of it yet, I just know it. I can see it. I can sense it. I can smell it. I know that this thing that is in my head is going to come to pass, right? And if we look back in our lives, most all of us have created those things that seem so far beyond us, so not maybe even of this world almost. We're like, oh gosh, how did I accomplish that? Well, it's because there was an intention in you that was so crystalline that there was no other answer other than that to come true. And I've had a number of these events in my life where I look back on them and I'm like, gosh, I may have never, ever really chosen that, but like it was inside of me, right? And it just was so powerful. What clear intention isn't is it's not a wish, it's not a want, it's not a hope, it's not, if I get this or that happens to me, then I will. It is, this is going to happen because I say so. It is true because I say so. It is true because I am taking action based on my vision that is written on my heart that the divine author of the universe, God, placed there, right? And I'm living that out. I'm bringing that into the world and making it true. And so it is so strong that it literally wakes up your subconscious. I'm going to say it again. It is so clear, so strong that it wakes up your subconscious. Now, this is different than that New Year's Eve resolution you may make with no intention of keeping, right? And I use that as a great sort of parallel or example that most folks can relate or understand. Is that most all of us have set a New Year's Eve resolution at some point that almost the moment it left our lips, we're like, yeah, I've got no intention on accomplishing that, right? I have no intention of making that a reality, but it sounds good, right? And that's one of those things that happens too, especially around the start of the year, is people are like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And your friends are like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then there's no accountability. There's no follow through. And many of us are addicted to perfection, right? It has to be this way. And the moment I fumble, I give up. And in fact, I just had that moment with my son the other day. Is our church was doing a season of prayer and fasting, and he was giving up caffeine and had done it of his own volition. I hadn't known about it. He didn't share it. It was just something he was doing with him. And we had gone to Starbucks or something, in the middle of the fast. And I said, hey, do you want a coffee? He's like, no, I'm not drinking coffee right now. I'm like, why? He's like, well, I gave up caffeine. I'm like, well, you can do decaf. He's like, it gets really bright eyed. And he's like super excited. He's like, yeah, I'll take a decaf. But we get to the end, the fast is supposed to be 12 days. We get to day 11 and he is leaving school and goes by Starbucks with his buddies and he orders a coffee mindlessly on automatic, without intention, without thought, without choice, without aligning it with his vision. And he orders a fully leaded caffeinated coffee and drinks it. And then he's disappointed in himself. And then he brings it up to me. He's like, Dad, what do I do? I'm like, well, buddy, you can do what so many people do, and that is quit. I had an 11-day streak. It's supposed to be 12. I didn't make it. I quit. And that is allowing perfect to be the enemy of good. I'm going to say it again. That's allowing perfect to be the enemy of good. And for whatever reason, whether it's the devil or social media or what have you, we've been programmed, many of us, that if I'm not perfect, then it's not worth doing. If I don't keep my streak alive, then I just don't do it. And so what I said to him was like, look, if it was good enough to do for 10 days, if it was important enough to do for 10 days, then just get back on the horse. Right? We teach it all the time, right? If you fall off the horse, get back and ride. If you fall off your bike, get back on. Yet there's a difference when we're trying to translate those into life and into action, because, and I'm the same way too, is like I want to say I'm perfect at it. Like I did it. I kept my streak up. And so when we get back to clear intention, right, it's the intention that nothing's going to take me off course, which means if I happen to order a full-leaded coffee when I should have had decaf, I just get back to it, right? I just get back on to what was important to me. I get back to making choices aligned with my vision, right? So with that clear intention, my subconscious is woken up. And so now I'm aligning everything in my body towards the creation of that goal, making that a truism, right? So here's the key about clear intention, right? We need to link it to the goals we're setting in our life, right? Goals are those stepping stones that lead us to the results we're seeking to create, right? It's the pathway to the life you really want to create. We talk about this in the book here, The Results Tree. We have a whole section in here on clear intention and what it is and what it isn't, and really how to bring it into your life, how to wake it up, right? And so when you see the graphic, actually, right down here where this barcode or this QR code is, right at the surface of the earth is where clear intention in the graphic appears. And it appears there for a very distinct reason, right? Is that my clear intention is precious. It is that seed that was planted that now is just coming through the surface of the earth, right? And when you think about a tree or a plant in your garden or whatever, that first stem that comes up is so frail, right? And the leaves are so gentle and small and like dainty, right? They're precious little leaves, and a strong storm or an animal or so many things could damage this thing as it comes through the surface of the earth. And that's really where clear intention comes alive, right? Is it's now just breaking through the surface of the ground, and it's seeing the light of day, and now it's getting powered, and now it's getting charged up to become reality. And so when we have that clear intention that is so true, that is so aligned with our vision, that is so me, right? Or so you in this case, it isn't something I borrowed. It isn't something that was pre-programmed into me by my family or my environment. It isn't something that I picked up on TikTok or Instagram or saw on social media or maybe in the mainstream media, right? This is something that is so personal, so true, and ultimately so powerful for driving true and lasting results that it's precious. And so when you set that clear intention for what you are creating, what you are committed to, what is more important to you than so many other things, because you're going to make choices that align with your clear intention, which means you're going to say no to things that don't align to your vision and aren't part of your intention. And so people get to earn the right to hear your intention, right? Your clear intention isn't a social media post, right? It doesn't go on LinkedIn. It doesn't, you probably don't share it at the cocktail party, right? But you may share it in a prayer group. You may share it with your spouse or your best friend, right? Somebody that can help hold you accountable, somebody that can help guide you, somebody who can help redirect you back to that path leading to the life you're looking to create. right? And so with that intention, now my entire body, my entire conscious and subconscious are aligned, and they are coming alive to create this. And so why is it important to have clear intention? Well, it's the catalyst that it's true because I said so, and I don't have any proof yet. I don't have any proof that this idea, this intention, this ultimately turned into goals, right, around faith, family, finance, fitness, any of the domains I'm seeking to improve my life in. It is that driving, stay the course catalyst that allows me to say no, okay? And so there's a tool I like to share with folks, especially to be used first thing in the morning, and that is to think about the conversation that woke you up today. So right now, don't close your eyes if you're driving or on the treadmill, right? But get present for a moment and think about the conversation you were having the moment you woke up today. And then you get to ask the question in that moment. So tomorrow, take this for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, you wake up and you go, what's the conversation I'm having? And then you ask yourself the question, will that conversation serve me? And by serve me, drive my vision, power my intention, power my committed action, lead to the results that are there for me, right? That are only for me to achieve, right? Going back to that vision that was printed on my heart, right? So will that conversation I woke up with today serve me? And if not, then decide what conversation would serve you, right? So an example might be is I wake up and I'm like, oh, God, I'm so tired. Actually, I was tired this morning. But I'm like, I get to podcast today, right? I get to take my kids to school today. I get to go to a worship service tonight. I get to have dinner with my family. Like all these super amazing things I already know, assuming my day plays out to the end, are going to occur in my day. And so then I choose a conversation of, hey, I'm fired up and energized today. Hey, maybe last night, why I'm tired today is because last night I stayed up late playing basketball with my kids on the driveway, right? So I made a choice last night that aligned with my vision of family, and it cost me a couple hours of sleep. But I made memories that are like lifetime memories because I was in the arena, because I was on the field playing the game, not being like, oh, well, I better go to bed tonight, and in the things we say, right? The reasons we choose not to go. And it was cold outside, right? And my kids are getting bigger and I'm getting older, and I'm like, I don't know if at 10:30 at night I want to get knocked around on a basketball court, right? Total reasonable, air quotes for those of you listening, excuse for not going and spending time with my children. That's ridiculous. Right? So I lace up my shoes and I go out into the chilly air and have an awesome night. And oh, by the way, my kiddos were like stars. I got to witness them doing amazing things on the basketball court. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't know your game was that good. I didn't know you had that drill. I didn't know you could do that move. I didn't know you could shoot from there. Like all these new illuminations just about my kids, because I chose to get a little uncomfortable. I chose to make a choice that aligns with my vision and my commitments and my intentions. And I'm crafting, right, building the life I really want, right? And so this is a continual process. It is a journey, not a destination. And your clear intention is part of that compass that lets you say no to things that don't align, right? And so now in the morning, if I wake up with a conversation that doesn't serve me, I say, well, what conversation would serve me? I'm going to be energized. I'm going to be fired up. I'm going to get after the podcast today. I'm going to have so much fun. I choose that. And so that's the invitation for you, is check in the morning and say, does this conversation serve me? Or is maybe this on automatic? Is this a conversation I've been having for years, maybe decades? And I know it doesn't serve me, but I get a payoff. I get to be right. I get to be a victim. I get to be lazy. I get to make excuses. I get to not be reliable. I get to be selfish, like whatever it is, there's a payoff. Or I can choose to be courageous, do the uncomfortable thing, get outside my comfort zone and grow, because that's what clear intention is going to do, right? As I create those results, as you create those results, because you're the hero of your own journey, yes or yes? You're a hero in your story. So be a hero, right? Don't be a sideline character in your own story. Be the hero of your story. Get up and engage, step into the arena, and use clear intention to make it happen. So we started out here today asking if you like magic tricks. And I promise you, by applying clear intention, getting crystal clear what you're committing yourself to, and then holding yourself accountable to that no matter what, 100% responsible 100% of the time that you are in this until the end, magic. It'll change your life. It'll change your goals. It'll change your relationships. It'll change your health. It'll change your mental health. Everything comes into alignment when you are crystal clear on what it is you're creating. So today we looked at what clear intention is, how to use it, why it's important, and we looked at the tool about the conversation you wake up in the morning, right? Does that conversation serve you, or do you get to choose a different conversation that does serve you and say, I choose that? So choose clear intention, put it to use. It will absolutely be magic and transformational. Thank you so much for spending time here with us today. I know that something in this podcast touched you, maybe reminded you of somebody. If it was for you, then do the work. Sit down, journal, read, grab the book, join the community at navigatingleaders.com. Or if somebody came to mind, then share this, right? Drop the link in a text, shoot it off to them, send them an email, hit them up on socials, whatever it is you do to communicate with the people you love. Do that with this podcast, right? Clarity of intention is a life-changing tool, and there's somebody out there waiting for you to share this with them. So thank you so much. Appreciate you being part of the Navigating Leader podcast. Again, my name is Gabriel Griess. I'm your host. Until next time, be well and God bless.